Welcome back to Coin Cash King Information Channel, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasure. Today you're going to discover 5 Australian coins that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy. That's not a typo. And no, you don't need to be a millionaire to own one. You might already have it and not even know. We are about to uncover rare designs, mysterious mint errors, and stories that tie Australian history right into the palm of your hand. And trust me, every single coin we are about to explore hides a surprise that could leave you speechless. Now, before we jump into the first Australia 20 cent 1998, take a moment to look at your change jar, your dresser drawer, even that old coffee can in the garage, because racing to check if your coin matches one of these rare, mind-blowing finds now. I am ready when you are. Go ahead and send me the first coin picture or details, and I will start crafting its story with all the drama, value, and excitement pocketed in. Now take a closer look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like any regular Australian coin. Today, we are going to dive deep into the story of one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in Australian numismatic history, the 1998 Australia 20 cent coin. At first glance, it may look like just another coin you might find in change, but don't be fooled. The 1998 Australia 20 cent coin, especially in very fine condition, carries immense collector demand and is rapidly growing in value in today's action market. By the end of this video, you will understand why this coin is seen as such a prized piece among collectors and investors alike, and why it can hold big value in dollar terms. To appreciate the significance of the 1998 Australia 20 cent coin, we need to step back and look at the history of Australia's decimal currency system. The 20 cent coin was first introduced in 1966, replacing the shilling, and has since become a cornerstone of Australian coinage. By 1998, Australia was already producing coins with both practical use and collectible appeal. The 20 cent coin of this year continued the long-standing tradition of showcasing iconic Australian designs that reflect the nation's culture and identity. While millions of coins were produced over the decades, not all of them survive today in collectible condition. The 1998 issue has grown in prominence due to its age, limited survival in fine condition, and the increasing attention from collectors around the world. It is more than just a currency, it's a tangible piece of Australian history. The 1998 Australia 20 cent coin stands out with its distinctive design. On the obverse side, we see the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, a design that was used on Australian coins for many years and carries with it a sense of tradition and heritage. On the reverse, we find the striking image of the platypus, one of Australia's most unique and beloved native creatures. The design, created by Stuart Devlin, is instantly recognizable and adds incredible artistic and cultural value to the coin. The platypus design is not just a decoration, it symbolizes Australia's wildlife and national pride, making the 1998 issue even more desirable. Collectors especially admire coins where the details of the platypus remain sharp and clear, which is why well-preserved examples are so highly sought after. Now let's talk about what makes the 1998 Australia 20 cent coin such a rare treasure. While it was minted in large numbers for circulation, coins from this year in very fine or better condition have become increasingly difficult to find. Everyday use, wear, and natural aging have reduced the number of well-preserved coins available on the market. As a result, collectors place a high premium on coins that have survived the test of time with strong details and minimal damage. Age plays a big role here. Being over 2 decades old, these coins are becoming harder to source in high grades. The rarity is not only about how many were minted, but about how many have remained in collectible condition. And with collector demand growing globally, the 1998 Australia 20 cent coin is now considered a standout year in the series. One of the most exciting aspects of this coin is its current value in the market. In recent years, the demand for Australian decimal coins has skyrocketed, with collectors eager to secure high-quality examples before they disappear from circulation altogether. The 1998 Australia 20 cent coin in very fine condition can fetch impressive prices at auctions and private sales. Values vary depending on condition, but in today's action market, serious buyers are prepared to pay strong $600,000 amounts for this coin, especially when it retains sharp detail and has been well preserved. What was once just pocket change is now commanding attention as a valuable collectible with significant financial potential. For investors and collectors alike, it represents not only a piece of history but also an asset that continues to grow in demand and value. For those of you looking to add a 1998 Australia 20-cent coin to your collection, here are some important tips to keep in mind. Always look for coins in the best condition possible, as the sharper the details, the greater the value. Storing coins properly is essential. Use protective holders or albums to keep them safe from scratches, dirt, and environmental damage. When buying, consider reputable coin dealers, online marketplaces with good ratings, or even attending coin shows and auctions where you can find genuine pieces. Networking with other collectors is also a smart way to exchange knowledge and opportunities. Above all, remember that coins like the 1998 Australia 20-cent piece are not just collectibles but also investments, so treat them with care and patience. The demand is strong, and owning one in fine condition can set you apart in the numismatic world. In conclusion, the 1998 Australia 20-cent coin is far more than just a small piece of metal. It is a collectible treasure that carries history, artistry, rarity, and financial potential. Its iconic platypus design, its connection to Australian heritage, and its scarcity and fine condition make it a must-have for collectors who truly value quality and rarity. With market demand steadily increasing, this coin has proven itself to be a highly sought-after piece that holds real value in today's action market. So if you come across a 1998 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition, hold on to it tightly. You may just be holding a rare piece of numismatic history with big dollar value attached to it to subscribe my channel. Next, queen number 2. Today we have something truly special to discuss, the Australian 20-cent coin from the year 1966, a coin that has stood the test of time and is now considered one of the most desirable pieces in the numismatic market. This isn't just a coin you'd come across in your everyday pocket change. We're talking about a rare collectible that has history, uniqueness, and tremendous value in today's action-packed coin market. If you've ever wondered whether an old coin sitting in your drawer could actually be worth big money, this is the video for you. Let's begin by exploring the history of this iconic coin. The year 1966 holds a special place in Australia's history because it marked the country's transition from the old pre-decimal currency to the brand new decimal system. For the very first time, coins like the 20-cent piece entered circulation, and they quickly became a symbol of modern Australia. Designed by the famous sculptor Stuart Devlin, who was often referred to as the Royal Goldsmith, the coin carried a sense of artistry and national pride. The 1966 Australia 20-cent coin was produced at a time when quality, precision, and attention to detail mattered, and because it was part of the very first decimal coinage, it naturally holds an elevated place in the hearts of collectors. Now, what makes this coin stand out among so many others? The 1966 Australian 20-cent coin features the beautiful and distinctive platypus design on the reverse side, a true representation of Australia's unique wildlife. The front side of the coin carries the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which not only symbolizes the era, but also gives the coin international recognition. The size, weight, and detailed engraving make it instantly recognizable, and over time, the age of the coin has only added more character to it. When you see a 1966 20-cent piece that has survived decades and still maintains its sharp details and fine condition, you immediately know it is something special. These features are exactly what collectors look for when valuing coins today. The rarity of this coin is what truly drives up its demand in today's market. Not every 1966 Australia 20-cent coin has survived in fine condition. Many have been lost, damaged, or worn down beyond recognition through everyday use. But when a piece is found in very fine condition, with its design still crisp and attractive, collectors take notice. Because it represents the very beginning of Australia's decimal currency system, it has historical weight that increases its desirability. Add to this the fact that coins with unique toning, age patina, or minimal circulation can create incredible buzz in auctions. And you start to see why the 1966 20-cent coin is so highly sought after. Every year, more collectors enter the market, which only pushes demand higher, ensuring that these coins remain in the spotlight. So, how much could this coin be worth in today's market? The value of a 1966 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition can surprise even seasoned collectors. In auction markets and private sales, these coins have been known to achieve impressive dollar values depending on their condition, uniqueness, and collector interest at the time. While common circulated coins may only fetch modest sums, a coin in fine or very fine condition with age and character can command far more. Today, buyers and sellers are seeing this coin climb steadily in market value, $620,000, making it a smart addition for anyone looking to invest in numismatics. It is not unusual to see strong bids placed, especially when the coin has a standout appearance and has been preserved carefully over the decades. Collectors recognize this coin as a long-term hold, meaning its value isn't just strong today, but it's projected to continue appreciating as supply dwindles and demand grows. For collectors who are interested in acquiring the 1966 Australia 20-cent coin, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always pay attention to the condition of the coin. Even the smallest details, such as the clarity of the platypus design or the sharpness of the queen's portrait, can significantly affect value. Secondly, proper storage is key. Coins of this age should be kept in protective holders to avoid scratches or tarnishing, which could diminish their appeal. Third, it's worth connecting with reputable dealers, attending auctions, and keeping an eye on coin fairs where rare examples often appear. Building relationships in the numismatic community can give you early access to opportunities that casual buyers might miss. Remember, the 1966 Australia 20-cent coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a piece of history, and owning one in top condition is like holding a treasure from Australia's past that keeps rewarding you in the present. To wrap it all up, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1966 is far more than just pocket change. It represents a landmark moment in Australia's monetary history, carries stunning design features, and has become a prized possession for collectors worldwide. Its rarity, especially in very fine condition, has fueled demand in today's action-packed coin market, and its dollar value continues to impress. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who has just discovered the excitement of rare coins, this piece deserves your attention. The beauty of numismatics lies in finding treasures that not only connect us to history, but also provide tangible value today and in the future. And the 1966 Australia 20-cent coin is without a doubt one of those treasures. Next, queen number 3. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of Australian currency, and more specifically, we will be exploring one of the most desirable and highly sought-after treasures in the numismatic market, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin. This coin has earned a place of prestige among collectors, not only because of its age, but also because of its rarity, unique features, and the incredible demand it continues to generate in today's auction markets. If you're interested in coins that hold history, beauty, and significant dollar value, then stay tuned, because this 1968 20-cent piece is exactly the kind of coin that deserves the spotlight. Let us start with the history and background of this iconic coin. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, at the time when Australia switched to decimal currency, moving away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. Just 2 years later, in 1968, coins were being struck in large quantities to meet circulation needs, but not every coin from that year has survived in fine condition. Today, over 5 decades later, these 1968 issues represent the early years of Australia's decimal era, giving them immense historical value. Collectors see these coins not just as everyday currency of the past, but as an artifact from a turning point in the nation's monetary history. Now, what truly sets the 1968 20-cent coin apart are its unique features. On the obverse, or front side, we have the beautiful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine. This particular effigy is iconic because it was used during that era across the Commonwealth. Yet each coin from different countries had its own unique design elements, giving Australia's version a distinctive identity. On the reverse side, the coin proudly features the platypus, a creature native only to Australia and a symbol of the nation's natural uniqueness. The platypus design, crafted by Stuart Devlin, stands out as one of the most detailed and recognizable designs on Australian coinage. When you hold this coin, you are not only holding a piece of metal, but also a carefully designed artwork that represents the heritage of Australia. The rarity of the 1968 Australia 20-cent coin is another reason it continues to fascinate collectors worldwide. While millions were produced at the time, coins that have survived in very fine or higher condition are far less common today. Everyday circulation, handling, and natural wear and tear have left most examples heavily worn. Finding one that still retains its original sharpness, even with age, is becoming increasingly difficult. This rarity factor directly increases demand among serious collectors. And with each passing year, as fewer well-preserved coins remain available, the market value only goes higher. The desirability of these coins has reached a point where collectors actively search for them in auctions and private sales, creating fierce competition for ownership. Speaking of value, the current market for the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin is incredibly strong. Depending on the condition, collectors are willing to pay significant amounts for these coins, with very fine examples commanding excellent prices. In auction settings, these coins have attracted great attention, and their dollar value, $635,000, continues to grow as demand surges. It is not just local Australian collectors who are after them. International buyers are also joining the race, recognizing the coin's significance and the solid investment potential it holds. In today's market, coins like this one are no longer just casual collector's items. They are serious assets, treasured for both their beauty and their financial worth. For those interested in collecting, there are some important tips that can help you secure and protect a 1968 20-cent coin. First and foremost, always look for coins in the best condition possible, as collectors prize sharp details and minimal wear. Fine condition examples are already valuable, but coins approaching extremely fine or uncirculated grades can skyrocket in worth. Secondly, preservation is key. If you already own one, make sure to store it properly in a protective holder to avoid scratches, tarnish, or further aging. Another tip is to keep an eye on auction markets and reputable dealers, as these coins appear more often in serious numismatic circles than in casual trades. Staying active and informed ensures you don't miss out on opportunities to acquire such a gem for your collection. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin stands as a shining example of how a seemingly ordinary piece of currency can transform into a rare and highly valuable collectible. With its deep history tied to the decimalization era, its iconic platypus design, its growing rarity, and its steadily climbing market value, this coin has everything a collector could possibly look for. The demand is strong, the investment potential is clear, and the pride of owning such a historic treasure is unmatched. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your journey into the world of coins, the 1968 Australia 20-cent is one of those pieces that you cannot afford to overlook. It is more than just a coin, it is a legacy, a piece of history, and a true symbol of value in today's auction market. Next, Queen number 4. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that is capturing the attention of collectors all over the world, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1981. Now, you may be wondering what makes this coin stand out. The answer lies in its age, its distinctive rusty spots on the front side, and its remarkable fine condition for its time. This combination makes it one of the top valuable coins currently circulating in the action market, with increasing demand and big dollar value. If you've been looking for a treasure in your pocket change or coin collection, this 1981 piece may just be your golden opportunity. The Australian 20-cent coin has a fascinating history. Introduced in 1966 when Australia converted to decimal currency, this coin quickly became a staple in the everyday life of Australians. By 1981, the coin had already become an essential part of the nation's economy. The year 1981 itself holds special significance because the Royal Australian Mint faced massive demand for coinage, leading to millions of 20-cent coins being struck not only in Canberra, but also overseas in places like Canada and the United Kingdom. This gives the 1981 mintage a special place in numismatic history. For collectors, coins from this era represent a turning point in Australian coinage, a blend of practicality, heritage, and increasing global collaboration in minting. Now let's talk about what makes this particular coin so unique. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that connects directly to the legacy of the Commonwealth and remains one of the most recognizable features of Australian coins. But what sets this coin apart are the naturally developed rusty spots and aged tones, which add to its charm and individuality. Instead of taking away from its value, these age marks are seen as part of its story, proving its journey over more than 4 decades. On the reverse side, the famous platypus design shines through, a proud symbol of Australia's natural wildlife. The fine condition of this coin, despite its age, enhances its collectability, making it far more desirable than ordinary circulation coins. Rarity is what drives collectors, and the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin ticks all the right boxes. While millions were produced, not every coin has survived in collectible condition. Those with distinct aging patterns, visible rusty spots, and fine preservation of the original design are now considered highly desirable. Collectors are always searching for coins that tell a story, and this one does exactly that. The fact that this coin has maintained its form and details after more than 40 years places it in a category of rarity that commands attention. With the collector market, it's increasingly focusing on unique conditions and historical pieces. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is experiencing a surge in demand, both locally and internationally. Now, let's move on to what many of you are eager to know: the current market value. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin in fine-aged condition with unique rusty patterns is drawing strong interest in auctions and private sales. Depending on the presentation and demand at the time, these coins have been known to attract significant offers. Collectors are willing to pay impressive $699,000 amounts for pieces that stand out, and the market is showing no signs of slowing down. With coin values steadily rising, especially for coins that hold both historical and aesthetic appeal, this 1981 coin has the potential to bring in big value. If you're holding one, you may be sitting on a treasure that could surprise you in today's action market. For those who are passionate about building a strong coin collection, here are some valuable insights. Always pay attention to the details. Look for coins with unique marks, unusual colorations, or features that set them apart from the average. Store your coins properly to preserve their fine condition, because age combined with preservation multiplies their worth. Networking with other collectors and keeping an eye on auctions can help you spot opportunities where others might not. And most importantly, trust your instincts. If a coin feels special, it often is. The 1981 20-cent piece is a perfect example of how something that may look ordinary to one person can be a prized possession to another. In conclusion, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1981 is much more than just small change. It is a piece of history, a symbol of heritage, and a valuable treasure in today's collector market. Its unique combination of age, fine condition, and distinctive rusty spots has elevated it into the spotlight, making it one of the most sought-after coins among enthusiasts. With high demand and strong dollar value, this coin proves that sometimes the rarest finds are hidden in plain sight. So if you ever come across one in your collection or even in circulation, hold on to it. You may be holding not just a coin, but a true gem that continues to grow in value as time passes. Next, queen number 5. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating pieces of Australian currency, a coin that is making waves in the collector's market, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin. This coin, especially in very fine condition, has become one of the most sought-after collectibles in today's auction market, with values climbing higher as collectors recognize its rarity and significance. If you have one of these coins in your collection, or perhaps tucked away in your old coin jars, you might be holding on to a hidden gem that is in high demand. So stay tuned as we break down everything you need to know about this incredible coin and why it carries such big value today. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in Australia in 1966, following the nation's switch to decimal currency. It was designed to replace the florin, and from that day on, the 20-cent coin became an essential part of daily life in Australia. Now, the 1981 version holds a very special place in history. That year, millions of coins were minted, but only a portion have survived in collectible condition. Over 4 decades later, the surviving pieces are now considered valuable due to their age, the wear and tear over time, and the fact that most circulated heavily in everyday transactions. Coins from 1981 that remain in very fine condition are particularly admired, as they carry with them not only history but also scarcity. This blend of age and condition is exactly what makes the 1981 20-cent coin stand out in the numismatic world. One of the most striking elements of the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is its iconic design. The reverse features the elegant platypus swimming through rippling waters, an image that has come to symbolize Australia's distinct wildlife and identity. This design, created by Stuart Devlin, has remained one of the most beloved in the coin series, and collectors truly value its artistry. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar image to Australians, but one that also carries deep historical resonance, marking the continuing heritage of the Commonwealth. What makes these coins unique is not just the design itself, but also the natural patina and character they develop over the decades. A 1981 coin in very fine condition will display sharp details, subtle toning, and in some cases a rustic charm that enhances its desirability among collectors. These features make every coin slightly different and add to the appeal of owning one. Now let's talk about rarity, the key driving factor in coin value. While the 1981 20-cent coin was produced in large numbers, most of them have long since disappeared into circulation and show heavy wear. Very few have survived the test of time in collectible condition. Coins graded as very fine or above are now scarce, and it is this scarcity that pushes demand. Collectors are not just looking for any 1981 coin they want, those that still shine with strong detail and preserved surfaces. This is where the true rarity lies. As coin collecting grows more popular across the globe, coins like the 1981 20-cent in very fine condition are drawing international attention. This surge in collector demand has placed the coin firmly in the spotlight, making it a hot item in today's action-packed coin market. When it comes to value, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is a powerhouse. In auctions and collector sales, these coins are commanding impressive prices. While common circulated examples may not hold much premium, $650,000. Today, in collector markets, especially in auction settings, a 1981 coin in very fine condition can attract significant bidding activity, sometimes reaching values that surprise even seasoned numismatists. What's exciting is that the demand is still climbing, which means the market value has strong potential for growth. Collectors see this coin as an investment, as well as a historical artifact. And that combination is what fuels its dollar value in today's market. For those who already own a 1,981 Australian 20-cent coin, the best tip is to carefully preserve it. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its collector value, and instead store it in a protective holder to maintain its condition. If you're looking to buy, focus on coins that are graded very fine or higher, as these are the pieces that continue to rise in demand and value. Keep an eye on auctions both online and offline, because this is where you will often see the highest action and the truest representation of market value. Another tip is to expand your knowledge, study other years of Australian 20-cent coins as well, but make the 1981 a centerpiece of your collection. The better informed you are, the smarter your collecting and investment decisions will be. In conclusion, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It is a treasure of Australian history, a piece of numismatic art, and a rare collectible with big value in today's market. Its age, unique features, and scarcity in very fine condition make it a must-have for serious collectors. The demand for this coin continues to rise, and those who own one are in a strong position in the coin market. If you come across one, take a moment to appreciate the history and the opportunity it represents. With growing collector interest and impressive market value, this coin is truly a shining star in the world of Australian currency. So keep your eyes open, because the next valuable 1981 20-cent coin could be right in your hands. And like to subscribe my channel, happy collecting.